Good men are murdered and mediocre hacks thrive. You ever notice that? John Kennedy murdered. Gandhi murdered. Martin Luther King murdered. Jesus murdered.
During the past 4 months, this committee's impeachment inquiry staff has been assembling information under the committee's direction.
Whether or not their president's a crook, well, I'm not a crook. Therefore, I shall resign the presidency effective at noon tomorrow.
Well, when the president does it, that means that it is not illegal.
By definition.
Exactly.
Well, I've also quit beating my wife. Of course, the crime of perjury is a serious crime. And of course, the crime of obstruction of justice is a serious crime and would be an impeachable offense.
He went on.
It's a firm policy not to capitulate to terrorists.
You see, North secretly sold missiles to a harmless country called Iran that would always be a grateful ally. Then he gave the profits to the Contras. Genius!
Nor will we. I did not trade arms for hostages. My heart and my best intentions still tell me that's true. But the facts and the evidence tell me it.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order.
What is at stake is more than one small country. It is a big idea, a new world order.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
World order.
The oppressed people of Afghanistan will know the generosity of America and our allies. As we strike military targets, we will also drop food, medicine, and supplies to the starving and suffering men and women and children of Afghanistan. The United States of America is a friend to the Afghan people. I take the fact that he develops weapons of mass destruction very seriously.
Million Iraqis that are dead because you lied! You lied about weapons of mass destruction! You lied about connections to 9/11! You lied about Iraq being a threat! You sent me to Iraq! You sent me to Iraq in 2003! My friends are dead! Joshua Castile! You killed people! You lied! You lied about WMD! A million Iraqis are dead because you lied! My friends are dead because you lied! You need to apologize! Apologize!
Lays out a framework for the withdrawal of American forces in Iraq.
The incoming administration's success. I have no doubt that America's in a position to continue to succeed. This is a dangerous concentration, and that's a dangerous concentration of power in the hands of a very few ultra-wealthy people. And the dangerous consequences if their abuse of power is left unchecked.
No, she was down in Palm Beach.
She's still very beautiful.
I moved on her, actually. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the... She was married. I could do anything. And I moved on her very heavily. In fact, I took her out furniture shopping. She wanted to get some furniture. I said, I'll show you where they have some nice furniture. She was married. And all of a sudden, I see her. She's down.
Strike me. where the master feels safe and not our own. If you judge the person for being white, black, brown or yellow and hear not the words spoken as a result, it is you who has lost truth. We are not a church, a business, a cult or a belief system. We speak of all religions, of all people and of all truths. We are a collective. We are from all countries but we belong to none of them. We operate singularly but as a body with the same understanding. There is a day coming when we will unmask, and this is the day when freedom will reign. Prepare your hearts and your minds. Want to be part of Anonymous? You can be.
Anonymous is one of the biggest online vigilante groups. Members hack into companies and governments.
They have hacked into Donald Trump's personal information. They have posted online his social security number.
I've seen them wearing masks in protest. They prefer a life in the shadows.
The FBI has had some success against suspected anonymous associates, arresting at least 20.
Someone has broken into the National Bank, the Federal Reserve. The mysterious group Anonymous has struck again.
An online game of cat and mouse is underway right now with an invisible enemy.
The target's commercial websites which have withdrawn services from WikiLeaks.
A group of computer hackers claims to have breached security at NATO.
Anonymous has heard the cries for freedom from the Tunisian people and has decided to help them win this battle against oppression.
A message to the military of Myanmar and Minan Line.
Hackers have attacked Myanmar government websites as part of protests against the military coup.
And Elon Musk now says that a foreign actor might be responsible for this. This is what he wrote. He says there still is a massive cyber attack against X. We get attacked every day, but this was done with a lot of resources, either a large coordinated group and or a country is involved.
Anonymous has declared war on Russia and is targeting Russian websites. The group that has also targeted U.S. sites in the past now says Putin's regime is fair game.
The hacking group Anonymous is threatening Donald Trump. Warning came in a video the group posted online.
Greetings, citizens of the United States. The effects of Donald Trump's presidency are no longer distant warnings. They are here, unfolding before you. While many remain unaware, blinded by the administration's relentless efforts to suppress the truth, the rest of the world is watching, and it is responding. Long-standing alliances with key nations such as Canada and Mexico are fracturing inch by inch. The cracks are widening, and the global community is reassessing its trust in the United States. The question is no longer if, but when these relationships will collapse entirely. The consequences will be severe. Every imported product you rely on, everyday essentials, food, technology, will see skyrocketing prices, making even basic necessities unattainable for the average American. What you perceive as a simple rise in costs is, in reality, a calculated strategy. The plan? To systematically dismantle the lower class, to push those already struggling into the abyss of poverty where they will face an impossible choice. Perish or submit to servitude under the wealthy elite. Make no mistake, this is economic warfare, and the target is you. The recent ICE raids are not just about immigration enforcement, they are about control. The Trump administration seeks to reignite the flames of racial inequality and segregation-era policies, erasing diversity to craft a nation built on division and fear. These operations are disrupting local economies, forcing businesses to crumble, and ensuring the economic elimination of the working class. What follows is a society engineered to serve the interests of the few at the cost of the many. And as the oligarchy takes shape, another darker ideology is creeping into the mainstream. Fascist ideals, once whispered in the shadows, are now being openly embraced. Symbolism matters. Gestures matter. Elon Musk, a figure of immense influence, recently tested the waters with a gesture recognized worldwide as a salute. This was not an accident. It was a message, a challenge, a warning. But know this, the people are not silent. Despite the administration's best efforts to muzzle dissent, the voices of resistance grow louder. Trump's reckless overhauls, his purges of experienced government officials, his chaotic restructuring of critical infrastructure, have created vulnerabilities, weaknesses, entry points. This transition period is his greatest liability, but it is also our greatest opportunity.
How did this happen? Who's to blame?
Sure. First, to back up on that, in February, I did an interview on Fox, and it's been getting a lot of attention because I was asked a question about the client list, and my response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file, along with the JFK, MLK files as well. Senator Durbin, if you listen to my entire clip on that, I said I had not reviewed it yet, that it was sitting on my desk along with the JFK files, the Martin Luther King files, and I said I had not yet reviewed it. It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump. I'm reviewing that. I'm reviewing JFK files, MLK files.
What is happening here is immoral and wrong. And I was reading my Bible early this morning, asking God why this is happening. Why, again, does it seem that white supremacy is seeming to gain? Why, again, does it seem like the pillars of pain that we have felt and experienced for over 400 years in this country continue to rise again? And whispered in the words of this Bible and in the words of those ancestors that have gone before us is just these simple words: we're still here. We are still here. This nation, this state has legislated and legalized the worst things in humanity, including our enslavement, and we are still here. Right in this country where, as one black woman said, your ancestors enslaved us, denied us of our rights, called us 3/5 of a person, and yet we are still here. You put us on cotton plantations and tobacco plantations. You denied our human rights and our right to exist as children of God, and we are still here. You destroyed Tulsa. You killed and lynched black folks on Poplar Tree. Shelby County, Tennessee had the most lynchings of anywhere in this state where you're taking this district, and we are still here. You've had 3 strikes laws, mass incarceration, denied us of who we are, and we are still here. And today you'll take the only majority black district from us. But I want you to know, and I want my nephew, sons, and the future to know, no matter what you do, no matter how much you try and break us and make us bend and make us quit, we will still be here.